Every challenge that you face in your life is trying to get you to behave more authentically to your true self. So, if you feel there's some kind of resistance in your life, if you feel like you're constantly finding dead ends, this might be an indication that you are being called to act in a more authentic manner to what your heart truly wants. I know I've had this experience where I was doing things that didn't feel authentic to me, but I didn't stand up for myself always. I didn't prioritize myself always. And as a result, I suffered for a long time because I was going against the very nature of who I am. And so I wanted to make this video and help you navigate this authenticity block that you might be facing and really enjoy life for what it truly is. Life is meant to be enjoyed, it is supposed to be a dance. And for you to join in on this beautiful experience, it may require making some changes that allow you to express yourself more freely. And ideally, the people in your life accept you for who you really are as well. But that's a difficult thing to determine if you yourself do not know exactly who you are. And that's okay too. I think we don't know who we are until we find out, right? So that's like a tough part of it, is like your your true essence and the nature of who you are and what your soul wants is something that you will discover as you go through life. It's not something that you know right now, but you're receiving hints from the universe as you go through your journey. You're receiving hints that are basically telling you that, you know, if you've ever felt like in your life things go right, like you have these synchronicities, or you happen to meet a person who like brings you a great opportunity, or you move somewhere and you just start to feel alive again, that typically means that you're going along the right path for what your soul wants, what your true self wants. But if you feel as though there's a lot of resistance, it might be an indication that you are not following the optimal path, the path that allows you to express your authenticity, which is really just an authenticity, really to me just means that you are expressing yourself unapologetically and shamelessly, and you do not feel restricted to any any labels. Like you don't feel restricted to any kind of rigid identity or way of being or way of life. You are kind of just flowing through life and you're being yourself, and you don't doubt yourself. You don't take things personally because you understand that other people's judgment is more has more to do with them than it does with you. It has everything to do with them and it has nothing to do with you. Um, and I think really like accepting this, like allowing yourself to just accept that, like you're not responsible for other people's emotions. You really aren't. And I spent a lot of time in my life being like a therapist for people, kind of. And I'm not saying like that was a burden, but that felt like it was my role and my responsibility. And that's how I felt like valued, like that's how I felt like purposeful in this world. But because I was spending time, you know, trying to fix problems that were outside of me, problems which aren't really problems, I was rarely going inward and like accepting myself for who I am and like using my gifts to my advantage to like advance me in life and actually enjoy the present moment, become the present moment. And so, um, like in my experience, like the universe has definitely just been pushing me to embrace who I am and share who I am, and also build resilience, because you are going to get judgment from people, but genuinely, if you can keep this at the back of your mind always, it has nothing to do with me. No matter what, it has nothing to do with me. Keep that at the back of your mind, and I promise you that things will start to change for you. Things will start to feel like they're flowing more, and it will just start to make more sense. Like life will start to make more sense, and it will be more exciting because it's a beautiful thing. If you're an empathetic person, that's such a beautiful quality and like a gift. But at the same time, it can be a burden if you don't use it properly, like, and this is something that I've been chatting with like friends about as well, is like empathy and like finding the balance between helping others, but also understanding that it's not your responsibility to fix the situation. It's not your responsibility to like be a healer for another person. There's kind of like if somebody comes to you asking for help, then that is an invitation for you to to give them wisdom or insights, whatever they're asking for, and really just to like give them community, like give them a sense of community. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to sit there and like be their therapist, and at the same time too, like you maybe are not qualified to do that, because we all know what's best for us, but the minute that you ask someone else for what you should do in your life, you are going against your very nature. You're going against your own soul, because every soul wants something different, right? So the way that I can think about this is like, just think of like each of our souls being on a train, different trains. Okay, so every soul is on a different train. All those trains are on like the same set of train tracks, but they're running parallel to one another. And so they're running parallel to one another, and then once in a while you might there might be a crossroads between you and someone else's train, and that's where you share your reality. And you have a beautiful experience or you have a horrible experience, whatever it is, it's all meant to be a lesson for you. But it's important to understand that we are all on separate trains. We're all on separate journeys, and we all have different needs and wants and dreams. And so if you have dreams and you're asking someone else about, oh, how do I live out these dreams, or should I go for it, or I'm too scared, but like, what do you think? They're never going to be able to give you the advice that you're actually asking for, and like the confirmation that you need, because you need to find that within yourself. You really do. And I think if you're curious about really getting in touch with like your inner self, your infinite self, um, I would recommend mindfulness practices. So I would recommend trying to spend a little bit more time alone, like really being able to set boundaries. If you're someone who's very social but you feel very disconnected from yourself, just setting boundaries, like that doesn't mean you can't see people anymore, but just like being more selective about who you spend your time with. Another great mindfulness practice is meditation, yoga. Those are great ones. And also with yoga, if you do classes, you will be able to find community. And I find that community is also a very important tool. It's a very important thing to have when you're undergoing a big transformation, or you're just like trying to understand the world and yourself more. Community is so important and it's so valuable. You'll be able to make friends for life. You'll be able to extract lessons from people that like you'll look back on and be like, wow. And it's like I don't know if you ever feel this, but I always have these moments where I replay events that happened, and it's like, and like knowledge that I was given, and I'm looking at it from like a whole new perspective now, and it's like so beautiful, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I'm able to extract new lessons from it. So there's like such a beauty in like being social, like having that social aspect of like becoming more authentic to yourself. So I don't think that authenticity is about shutting everybody out and like, just like, yeah, but I do think that it's important for you to set boundaries and just prioritize yourself, like genuinely. Like I saw this video the other day, and the title of it was like disagree with the world. And I was like, yes, this title was my mood. So my algorithm's gotten really good, but sometimes you just have to disagree with the world. Like sometimes you have to just accept like, okay, this is what I need right now, this is what I want, and go with that, rather than like, you know just like seeking validation or confirmation from outside of yourself, because like I said, you're not going to find it there, you know so yeah, I think you're capable of living your most authentic life, your most fruitful and like free life. I think you just have to find the courage to do it, and you have to practice as well. Like this is something that is going to have to be practiced every day. You're going to go through experiences where like it's difficult, like it feels like, damn, I feel like nothing is going right, or you're going to doubt yourself or feel confused or just feel like you're being tested, but it's all just like a journey to reaching your true authentic self, your higher self. And when you do that, when you find your higher self and you find your true essence, you will be able to be guided by them. You will become your higher self, and so you will receive messages. You will have a sort of inner guidance that will allow you to no longer worry about making the right choice because the choice has already been made. It will allow you to just enjoy the fruits of that choice that has been made, because your higher self knows. It knows what you deserve and it knows what you want. So just trust it. And as you're on this train in your life, and as you go through this journey of continuing to be more authentic, regardless of what the world is telling you, just enjoy the view. Just look out the window and enjoy the view, and try not to overanalyze everything, because I understand, like, I've been there. Try your best to like come to like acceptance with what is happening and be like, okay, maybe this had to happen for me to get to where I am. Like I always look at my past now as with so much acceptance and gratitude, because I understand that there is no reality in which I didn't go through those things, because it led me here. It led me here, and here is like such a beautiful place to be now. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. Please don't give up hope. um Trust yourself above anyone else. Trust God. Like honestly, that's like my mantra for the year. And yeah, I think you're doing amazing, and even better things are coming. And if you're going through a hard period right now, it's okay. Like, I get it, but just know that it's temporary, and like, you can't have darkness without light.